ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Tens of thousands of people still waiting in London for a chance to pay respects to Queen Elizabeth. Her coffin lie in state at Westminster Hall. Tonight, the Queen's grandchildren, Prince William and Prince Harry, will stand vigil. Earlier today, Prince William and King Charles visited crowds in the queue for the Queen. Prince William thanking them and chatting about soccer. Security for Monday's funeral will be unprecedented as world leaders, including President Biden, gather for the historic farewell. ABC's James Longman is in London and has more on the rehearsals.
London bracing for what authorities have called the largest single policing event in the city's history. The BBC reporting 1,500 military personnel will be in Britain's capital for added protection. 1 million people are expected to pack the area around Westminster Abbey and along the procession route for the Queen's state funeral Monday.
Republican governors in Texas and Florida coming under fire for shuttling migrants from the southern border states to sanctuary states without notice. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis defending the flight of dozens of migrants to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts this week. ABC's Maria Villarreal has more.
ABC News confirming the DeSantis administration chartered the planes and the migrants didn't even board in Florida. They came from Texas.
They're given a good ride. They're given everything. And that's just, it's a humane thing to do.
DeSantis defending his move and promising it's just the beginning.
Tropical storm Fiona on the move in the Atlantic with hurricane watches posted for the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, bracing for possible flooding, mudslides, and power outages. ABC's Victor Oquendo is in San Juan.
People filling up their gas tanks, stocking up on some last-minute groceries. Fiona could cause some real problems here. The island's power grid is notoriously fragile. In April, an island-wide blackout. Some people were without power for 5 days.
You're listening to ABC News.
Well, Royal Ross is beside me. He's been sipping some coffee like nobody's business. He's wearing a I like motorcycles and bowling and maybe 3 people shirt.
That's about accurate.
I hope I'm one of the 3.
You're up there. You're up there.
But I'm not one of the 3.
But my 3 changed.
Well, you do have kids, and you have more than 3, right?
No, I have 3 kids.
Okay, that would exclude somebody if you say only 3 people.
When it says, and I like maybe 3 people, that would be friends, not family.
Okay. You got out of that pretty easily.
I got right out of that one.
So what's happening here at Basher's, the Fair Bowl Center? They got the colored pins tonight.
Yes. Once again, we are out here at Basher's Sports Bar and Grill in the Fair Bowl Center. We got a few scores to announce here. Both men and ladies showed up for league this week and did really well. Connor Jacobson, 726. He's on my team, by the way. Dan Langer, 712. So good job, Connor and Dan. And then we have 3 ladies. Sherry Borgstall, 539. Deanna Kreitzer, 517. And Pat Wilker, 502. All part of the same family.
Cool.
Yeah. So good job. Pat, you got some good bowlers in your family there. Specials this weekend, pulled pork. We got pulled pork sandwiches, pulled pork tacos. Maybe they could even put them on some nachos. I don't know. But pulled pork is a special of the weekend, so stop on out for that. And then, like you mentioned, Moonlight Bowling starts tonight. We got those color pids in there. Come on out. Moonlight Bowling is probably something that you haven't done for quite a while. If you remember back in the 80s, 70s. Back in the 90s.
The 70s, too.
Yeah. It was really, really big back in the day, and it was a lot of fun, They have colored pins in there, and you got to try to get a strike when the head pin's a colored pin, and all kinds of different combinations, So
I think they got a $500 jackpot or something, is what they were telling me.
I believe they do. I believe they probably do.
So you could make some serious money.
Yeah. So stop on out for that tonight. It's at Saturday night, starting tonight, and then also I just want to mention on Thursday nights we have Texas Hold'em poker out here. So if you're a card player and you think you got a good poker face, come on out, play a little Texas Hold'em on Thursday nights.
I got a radio face. I don't know about a poker face.
Yeah, I got a face for radio, too. Yeah, not much of a poker face, though, because I haven't practiced poker a whole lot.
Do you play? Have you played Texas Hold'em?
I've played, but you might as well say no, I don't play. I mean, have I played? Yes, but I'm not a poker player.
Yeah, I'm not much of a card player myself.
Though, I do like watching it on TV. Ironically, I like watching it on TV. It's all that excitement, high energy excitement. But
you just like
I like the mathematics of the game.
You like the announcers.
No, you don't really see them. Well, once in a while you see the announcers, but no. I like the mathematics of it.
All right, so come on out, folks, and take advantage of that. Have breakfast, too. Their breakfasts are really good here.
Breakfast tonight, breakfast tonight. Breakfast today. I'm going to have a little breakfast right after the show here. So
somebody did ask me, and I guess I didn't know the answer. Hopefully Royal Ross does. Do they serve breakfast in the evening if somebody wanted to have a pancake in the evening out here?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe so. I think it's kind of one of those deals until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon thing, but wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay. Well, I did, but I guess I'll ask again. You know who's with us here.
I do. Head coach extraordinaire
at Bethlehem Academy. Coach Beckmann is with us, Jim Beckmann, and I love the sleeve. He's got letters on the sleeve that spell out AEG. You want to share with the folks what that's all about?
Yeah, so the team motto this year for the Cardinals is AEG, which stands for attitude, effort, and gratitude. It applies to not only football and but it applies to just about everything in life. We try to teach those life lessons. So a good attitude on and off the football field, whether it's your schoolwork or coming out to practice, putting in maximum effort, and then showing gratitude to your teammates, to your schoolmates. In fact, tonight I've got, I think, over half the team is signed up. It's Divine Mercy Spirit Fest, and the football team does the teardown, and so we'll go out there for a couple hours and move, I don't know, seems like 500 tables and 6,000 chairs. I don't think it's quite that many, but we try to give back to the community that supports us. So it's one of about 4 or 5 different things that the football team does every year to give back.
Well, that's awesome. Did you come up with this yourself, or did you see it somewhere?
To be perfectly honest, I stole it from my son. He was talking about it this spring that, and I'm not sure if he got it from St. John's when he played up there, or if he got it from medical school, but I was like, I really like that. So, I'm not shy. I'm more than happy to steal good ideas, whether it's a play that another coach does or, a cool slogan that I think really tries to encompass, what we do at Bethlehem Academy and what we do as a football team.
Yeah, Royal, last night, this team, the Cardinals at Bethlehem Academy, had a 28-27 thrilling win over the Randolph Rockets and spoiled Randolph's homecoming.
Yeah, it was a great win. My players came out and just really played hard. Had a great first half. Scored, I think, we had 21 points in the first half, or 20 points. Held them very well defensively. To Randolph's credit, they came out in the second half with a lot of fire and moved the ball around a little bit, but we got another score when we needed to, and then had a great defensive stand with about I think a minute and 11 seconds left when we got the ball back. But they had 1st and 10 on about our 30, and the guys were just lights out on the defensive backs, and the defensive line just put a lot of pressure on their quarterback, which was a huge difference throughout the game.
Yeah, Cardinals led 14-0 after the first quarter. They led 20-7 at halftime.
Yeah, it was, like I said, we had a really good first half. Randolph came out in the second half, but, my guys kept battling, and that's what we told them. I mean, we did the same thing last year with Randolph. I think it was a Saturday afternoon game, and it was a, back and forth affair, and it's always a one-score game with these guys. They're a great team, and we will see them again. They're in our section. And we'll see them, I'm sure, in the playoffs, or maybe, hopefully not. Maybe they'll be on the other side of the bracket, and we won't have to see them because they're kind of a scary team because they're so explosive. I don't know how they come up with a new quarterback and a couple of new receivers every year. They had a great quarterback last year and a couple of receivers, and I look at the tape again this year and I go, well, I thought those guys graduated, and he's got the same guys, kind of guys out there again.
I think his quarterback was the catcher on their state championship baseball team last spring.
Oh, well, he's quite the athlete.
Yes.
He can definitely, run the ball, and he can definitely throw the ball. There's a couple of passes where, my D-backs just were got in great position to knock it down, but and then they had a couple of big long passes on us too. So and that was a big difference in the game. I think we were 7 or 9 for 15. Elliott Veland was on passing. He was pretty much lights out last night, and then I think their quarterback was more around the 24% on his passing completion because our D line got a lot of pressure on him, and then our D backs were in the right position to stop the ball.
Now I heard on the broadcast that you're running a 35 defense this season.
Yeah, I don't have the big hosses like I've had in the past. I mean, we've been pretty blessed for as long as I've been the head coach to have a lot of big guys in the line. I was looking at what I've got, and I was like, well, you got to adapt to what you got for players, and I got a lot of really talented, fast guys. So I said, well, let's go with the 3-5, and it's so far working out. There's a few growing pains the first couple games, but I think the guys are settling into it, and they've really figured it out. And of course, even as coaches, we're trying to figure out how do you make this work, because we've traditionally just run a 4-4.
Right.
So,
in fact, the Vikings run a 3-5, right?
Yeah, it's pretty popular, especially when you get that level of athletes, and that's kind of what I've got this year. I got a lot of guys that are very athletic, and I can move them around the field, and
just not a lot of size. You're saying?
Yeah, I'm just a little bit smaller up front than I have been in the past.
For our audience, why don't you explain what a 3-5 is and a 4-4?
So 3-5 is I got 3 down linemen, and then I got 5 linebackers. So you put a guy right over the center. That's Michael Crone in this case, and he's pretty tough on guys. He's a big, strong guy. He's been in the weight room, squats and benches a ton, and usually I think they triple teamed him a few times last night because he was just in the backfield with the quarterback. And then DNs, I've got Hunter Conrad at one side, and then Charlie King, who I started him off when he was a freshman as a DN. Then about halfway through sophomore year, he became a linebacker. And last year, we moved him around the field at a couple of different linebacker positions. And then this year, we've kind of slid him back into the D end. And those two guys, really got a lot of pressure on the Randolph quarterback again last night. And then my linebackers they were amazing last night, flying around the field and making stops. And it's that linebacker's a tough position because not only do you have to stop the run, but now you got to also go out and pass coverage, so it really takes a special athlete that can, get up on the line and, stop a running back bowling through at the same time, try to cover a receiver that's, blasting down the field.
Well, you must have played well defensively because this team had, I think, in their first 2 games scored 100 points.
Yeah, they're very explosive. I think it was kind of tough to scout them because I think in the first game against Wem, I think they only played 7 offensive plays with their starters because they had a couple of big plays on special teams as well. And I think they had 14 plays against Wabasha Gallagher. It might be reversed, but I think I had 21 plays to actually scout them with that was on film with their first team. Yeah, they made me nervous because I didn't really know what they were going to bring. So, I watched a little tape from last year to see a little bit. But, it's tough when teams have had big wins like that and you don't really get a lot to see on their starting.
Total offense, Randolph, 349 total yards, and Bethlehem Academy, 302. That's a lot of offense.
Yeah, it was a fun game to. If you were in the stands last night, it was a fun game to watch. As a coach, it was a fun game, and of course I can say that because we came out on top at the end. But a lot of offense, and that's traditionally what we've done with Randolph. You look at the score and you go 28-27, and you look at the stats, you go, I think we both ran 50 offensive plays. Time of possession is probably within a minute of each other. Total yardage, passes. I mean, you could just tell we were very, very well matched together, and it was a fun game.
Well, here is one of my favorite statistics in determining who wins a football game. 3rd down conversions. You were 5 of 11, and they were 3 of 11.
Yeah, that was one of the game changers there, along with the passing completions from the quarterback. So those were the 2 things where we had a little bit of an edge, and it helped us.
Yeah. Now tell me a little bit about Elliott Veland. Man, he must really be a outstanding quarterback. He's 9 of 15, 191 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, I think last week he threw for like 247 yards, so he's got a pretty good start to his season. Elliott he wrestles for the Faribault Falcons. I think he might have gone to state when he was an 8th grader or 9th grader. Went to state, I think, last year as well. He's just, super nice kid to begin with, and then just a great athlete and a competitor. So I'm pretty happy been fortunate to have, having guys like that on your team makes you look pretty good as a coach.
And he's not a big guy.
No, he's probably 170 pounds, but he's solid muscle. He's one of those guys in the weight room all the time. He's also the fastest one on our team.
No kidding.
He's like a 4.3 40. He is super fast.
Wow, this guy could be playing Division I.
Yeah, what I like about him is I like his touchdown to completion ratio.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns on 9 completions.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
That is awesome.
that's not bad.
Yeah, he's just, like I said, he's a great leader out there. As a second year as a starter. We started him last year as a sophomore, and, it's a tough position to put a sophomore kid in, and he's really grown into the position and matured, and, this is really his team now out on the field.
Well, last year you had Mr. Stratman, so you ran the ball a lot, and who wouldn't? You have him at running back.
It's hard to replace a Brady, 4-year starter. You can just give the ball to him and know you're going to get 5-6 yards every single time. So, in fact, I was talking to his mom, Jill, and it's like, this is the first year as a head coach. I haven't had a Stratman in my backfield. I really don't know what to do.
But you got a Sando.
Yeah, I've got Derek is another one of those guys in the weight room. He actually hit the 1,000-pound club as a sophomore. That tells you how much he's dedicated to his craft, and he's a great runner. Another great kid. Just love having him on the team.
He's in track, right?
And, yep, I think he went with the Faribault track team to, I think they were in the state tournament and got 3rd or 4th place with the relay team.
He's been out here during the track season. He was out here.
Okay.
Derek Sando. And I can't remember. I think he said football was his favorite sport, didn't he?
I don't remember, but let's just go with it.
I'm pretty sure he did. He's a real football kid.
Well, I can't remember his time in the 100-meter, but it was really fast.
Yeah,
and you're telling me Veland's faster.
Yeah, well, not by much. I mean, if you ran them together 3 times on a 40, it would,
It'd be 2 to 1, huh?
Yeah, and any other day it could swap back and forth. I mean, I'm very fortunate to have so much speed on the team this year.
Royal, this is one of the times I wish we were on video so people could see the gleam in the eye of Coach Beckmann when he talks about these 2 speedsters.
Yeah, that is a big smile.
You can't coach speed.
Nope, not everybody gets that blessing, right?
Yeah, we're very fortunate this year, and I'm just happy with, I've got a lot of really good kids that just work really hard in the off season to get ready for this. So
they want to win.
What's that?
They want to win.
Yeah, they do. They're very, very competitive. I would not want to get in their way.
I know your season opener, right? It's like learning a whole new system, I'm guessing.
Yep.
The 3-5 defense.
Yeah, that was, like I said, the offense hasn't changed a whole lot, although we're doing a few wrinkles to take advantage of the speed that we've got. And so we'll just keep learning and growing. Like
running outside. I kept hearing that they can't do much up the middle, but boy, they can go outside.
Well, and you got to run up the middle to go to the outside, and you got to go up the middle to open up those play action passes. And I think my offensive coordinator Kyle McAvoy did a great job last night at calling plays and keeping them mixed up. And like I said, we marched down the field a couple of nice long drives that we really needed to have.
The thing I liked that you just mentioned was how they come together and really work on it over the summer, because I'm a big believer in success breeds success. And it kind of sounds like that's what you have going on there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these group of kids, they're in the weight room. In fact, they asked me, hey, Coach, because our normal weight room guy, leaves at 4 o'clock. And then we'd like more time in the weight room. So I said, well, I can swing by on my way home from work, a couple of days a week so they could get more time. And then this summer, when kids were, got summer jobs, I opened it up in the evening and had a, pretty good crowd of guys in there that, they'd go work all day and then they'd, come in and lift. So that just tells you how dedicated they are. Yeah. I ought to be young again.
Yeah.
So how old is Sando?
He is a sophomore, junior.
Same age as Vila.
Yep, I've got my junior class is probably my biggest class right now, and those are the majority of the guys out there. So we're still pretty young, so a lot of learning to do yet. But as a coach, you look at that and you go, this is all goodness here.
How does the freshman class look? Because that's kind of going to be the.
There's we got a pretty good size. I think I've got 9 freshmen, and. They're young, but they're learning. They're really paying attention. It's probably one of the best freshman classes I've had since I became the head coach. So I'm very excited about the future of where we're going.
Good deal. Good to hear.
Just got to get a little size, right?
And it's always interesting. It's fun as a coach when you see these guys as a freshman, and then the difference in their bodies as they mature and go through that. the guy is a freshman to a sophomore, and then there's a huge difference between a sophomore and a junior. So it's just fun to watch these kids grow and mature and kind of learn the game and grow as people too. So
Who you got next week?
What's that?
Who you got this coming week?
Next week is Fillmore Central.
They're
I think
good.
they're the team to beat in the section, to be perfectly honest. They're 3-0. They were much like us last year, very young, had a lot of sophomores and juniors playing. They gave Rushford Peterson a run for the money in
yes, they did.
sections. They beat us. We had a minute left, and they had a nice touchdown pass. Otherwise, we would have been in the section championship game.
I know. I did that game. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. So it'll be a fun game. Again, they got a great coach, and that's a storied program. They've been at the top for many years. But I think they're the ones to beat in the sub district and in the section.
When and where is the game?
That one will be Saturday at 1:00, Bruce Smith Field.
Nice.
Again, the shortage of officials had to move that game to Saturday, but forecast looks like it'll be 65 degrees and
perfect.
And hopefully it'd be cloudy would be preferred, but if it's sunny, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, well, you had some cramping issues, not you personally, but your team last night.
Yeah, it was a pretty humid night out there, so it's really tough when it's still humid and I don't have a lot of depth, to be perfectly honest. So those guys are,
playing a lot.
Elliott's a perfect example. He's running at quarterback all over the field, and then he's out there at cornerback where you're constantly running, and so a lot of those guys just and then they give so much effort. They're going 100% on every play. They're never taking one off, and then by the end of the third or fourth quarter, no matter how much conditioning you do, it's hard to get ready for game time.
And they're probably on special teams too.
Yeah, a lot of those guys do multiple stuff. So, when you only have 29 guys in your squad, and a lot of those are freshmen and sophomores. The older guys get leaned on all the time. So it's tough to try to give them a break at all.
Got to get some more numbers.
A few more wouldn't hurt.
Well, that's always a coach's dream to have 40 or 45 guys on the sideline.
And football's a numbers game.
Yeah, it absolutely
That's why we have
is.
so many classes in this state, because it's a numbers game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you got the numbers, you can, do quite well. I mean, Randolph, I think, had 40 or 42 dressed last night, and so they didn't have quite as many issues because they were able to substitute some guys.
So you guys spoiled their homecoming.
Yeah, that was just too bad.
Yeah, I see that tear running down his cheek. Yeah,
So
he
do
feels
I.
really bad about that one. But
Who's your homecoming?
It will be against Wabasha Kellogg, and I think we're 3 weeks away.
That's right. I got that on the schedule. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have that on the radio. We had last night on the radio. Trying to think of the other one. Maybe Kenyon. I think it's Kenyon's homecoming.
Oh, good. Maybe we can do another spoiler.
You can maybe do another spoiler. Do you like doing that? Seriously?
Well, I want kids to be able to enjoy their homecoming, but if it's, spoil their homecoming or us win the game, I'm going with us winning the game every time.
Right.
To be perfectly honest.
And a lot of coaches don't like homecoming. At least when I was a kid, they didn't like homecoming. Has that changed?
I don't like our homecoming because there's a lot of distractions.
That's
and,
what I mean.
They do lots of stuff, and I always tell them to enjoy all that. But when you come to practice, you got to be focused for the 2 hours that I have you for practice, and all the other stuff going on. Go enjoy it, have fun, but you got to be ready for the game.
I mean, I can't remember what team it was. A couple of years ago, they had the powder puff, the girls, and a couple of volleyball players got hurt. They were out for the rest of the season.
Oh,
yeah, they do all that. They got the powder puff football game, and then the boys go play volleyball, which always makes me nervous. That
Yeah,
one of
turn
my
an
boys
ankle
gotta
or something.
Oh, yeah.
blow out a knee or twist an ankle, on the court. So it just makes me nervous.
Yeah, it would make me nervous too. How about you, Rob?
Absolutely. I don't want my star football player out there doing a pickup volleyball game during the season. I mean, hey, summer or, out of season, have some fun, play other sports. But
So it's Wabasha Kellogg.
Wabasha Kellogg, yeah.
And they're having a down season.
Yeah, I think they're 0-3. They're struggling a little bit. They got kind of low numbers, so... But, you can't overlook anybody.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody, as I always tell the guys, everybody comes to play on, Friday night. They're not coming to show up and say, oh, Bethlehem Academy Cardinals are so wonderful. We just better just roll over and die here in the middle of the field for them. That just doesn't happen. Everybody comes to play hard.
I was looking to see if I could find the tackle chart here. On defense, Bo Bachman had 6.5 tackles, 5 solo.
Yep, another one of those wrestlers. He likes to put his nose in there, and
and he's just a little guy.
And yeah, he's another guy. Weight room all the time, wrestler. super quick, and just has a knack for the ball. He just ends up where the ball is all the time.
Yeah, and Veland was second on the team in tackles, the quarterback.
That kind of makes me nervous, too.
With 5 force old. No wonder he was cramping. Hudson Dillon, who had a couple of touchdowns,
yeah,
right?
He's really come on this year. He's a great receiver, runs really good routes, which obviously helps your quarterback out. And then we had a couple of just monster. I think he was in on that last knockdown with Oliver Linneman on that final pass when they were 4th and 12, trying to get a first down there, and with a minute left, and both of them went up and batted the ball down, and that was the difference.
Yeah, your Cardinals had 8 tackles for loss.
Yep, that's probably between Charlie King and Michael Crone and Hunter Conrad over there. They put that pressure on the quarterback. He was scrambling a few times.
Do you pronounce it Barack?
Barack, yep.
Barack Barner.
Yep, another sophomore, had a great game on linebacker. He was great in coverage and great on making tackles.
Oliver Linneman, he's got some speed too. When he plays hockey, man, that guy can scoot.
Yeah, you can tell when he's out there running the ball because he'll change directions 5 different ways from Sunday, and you don't know which way he's going. Sometimes it's like, just go up the field. Just go up the field. Then all of a sudden he'll go 80 yards. You go, well, okay, that worked.
It'd be hard to block for a guy like that, wouldn't it? You were a lineman, right?
But you know what? To give lineman and the receivers credit, they just kept blocking, and that's how he springs those, because he goes back and forth, and they don't give up on a play, and they get in front of an opposing player, and the next thing you know, he's gone.
Well, good luck next week, and Johnny's are off, so you're out here. Hopefully you'll be out next week.
Well, we'll try to make it.
It's a Saturday game,
so I'll have to kind of see what my timing is like for team meeting and all that stuff. But
hey, if I slip you a 20 spot, could you bring out a shirt for me?
The AEG, he likes the AEG.
Might be able to work it. What size you wear?
2X.
I'll see if I have any of those left.
Okay.
not a lot of 2X's going to my guys in high school, but I'll see.
I was going to say there should be some left. You got all small guys.
He does have a lot of small guys.
If you make a nice donation to the BA football program, we'll probably take care of you.
There you go.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, thank you guys.
Yep, thanks
Jim
for coming
Beckmann
out. We appreciate it.
Head football coach of the Cardinals. Of course, Ned Lewis isn't out here because I'm assuming they're having a team breakfast or something. They play tonight.
Yes.
7 o'clock kickoff. Stewartville Tigers are in town. We'll have it on Power 96 radio, 95.9 on your FM dial. The best way to listen is on the app, folks. The absolutely free Power 96 app. This afternoon, I'll have Carleton night football. It's a late kickoff. University of Minnesota Morris comes to Laird Stadium on the campus of Carleton. We'll start at 1:45 with a 2 o'clock kickoff.
What's your prediction for that Carleton game?
I think Carleton will win.
Okay.
And they'll win by 20.
20? Okay, fair enough.
That's my guess.
That's not a bad guess.
And that's kind of how they took care of them last year at their place. But it's a new year, right? New year,
but Carleton's got a good team.
Man, they really do. This could be a special year for Carleton. They have 27 seniors on their squad.
Holy cow.
Because of the COVID flexibility.
Oh, yeah, so you got a lot of 6-year players probably?
Yeah, a lot of guys could stay, and they did. That tells you how much they love the program, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'll be very cool today. But there's a reason why they play the games.
They play the game,
Yep. And then tonight we'll have the high school game on Power 96. Carleton game's on Power 96 too, so kind of a busy day on Power 96.
Yeah, lots of sports on the Power 96 station, which is good, Gets a lot of people listening to the games and familiar with the local teams.
Well, you want to talk about G&H Property Management? Final 2 minutes here.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to mention our property management division today. That's where we take all the headaches away from the investors, the people that invest in residential real estate and find that, they don't really like trying to collect the rent every month, and they don't like paying the bills, and they don't like meeting with vendors, and they don't like those 10 o'clock at night hot water heater calls and stuff. So we take care of all those headaches for them. One of our biggest divisions is that property management division. So if you invest in some residential rental property, maybe you've got a small apartment building, or maybe you're going to start purchasing investment property as a long-term investment, give us a call. Talk to us about managing the property for you, because we take those headaches away.
Costco and Fairway Foods also bring you our Coach's Show each and every Saturday, and hopefully next week we'll we'll have some more coaches and some athletes to come on out here.
Yeah, I miss Devin.
Oh, Lockerbie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should check on how he's doing in college. That's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely will.
Maybe
I'll look that up.
Maybe we can even do a taped interview with him during the week and
that'd be cool.
And have
find
him
out how's his experience going in the college ranks.
Up next, more coaches shows from around the area. Kenyon Wanamingo will be up next here on the mighty 920. Again, we were at Bashers, the Farrell Bowl Center. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. The weather forecast calling for 80, I think, today.
Yep, going to be about 80 degrees, a little warm.
80 is the temperature today. On the Kenyon